Hello and welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Joseph. So I wanted to expand upon the surface video I had created last week, thanks to Colston who made the request. I actually wanted to cover blend modes a bit more in depth because that was part of his question the other week. Blend modes are hectic, just as a warning. I'm going to show you guys this and I'm going to supply it in the Google Drive. The other thing I need to say is thank you all who's interacted with the channel. I've seen even a bigger spike than the other week. So again, I just have to say I'm so grateful for everyone that interacts with the channel, and it's greatly appreciated. Now, let's get into the madness here. So, let me run my little program here, and you'll see I've set up this blend mode function. Now, the way it works is quite simple, that if I hit the 1 key on my number pad, it changes like so. And you'll see blend modes changing color. So if I have blend mode normal as the example there, nothing really happens. If I have blend mode add, it means that it will add, as you can see there, the two blend colors together. So you'll see, if I switch it back to red, I've got red and red. So the way blend modes will read that is it will combine the color. If I go and hit it again, it's now going to do a subtract, so it's going to look at what it can subtract from the two colors. And then max will look at trying to max out the two color sets. The other side to blend modes is the advanced mode. And on this one, I've got it tied to the number pad 1 and 4 and 2 and 5. And the reason for that is we've got two different sets of numbers here. So if I change the first one and change it to max, you'll see I get an output. And if I change that to max, I get an output. And then what I can do, as you can see here, I can actually do different modes. And if I cycle through them, not all the modes will mix, but you'll see that you'll get effects. Now, this is a thing that I would recommend strongly playing with to wrap your head around. It's a little bit complex because based on the amount of combinations you can have, as you can see there, you can get some pretty cool effects, but it takes a lot of fidgeting and a lot of playing to see which effects give you the best results. So how did I accomplish this? Let's take a look. How do I get back into events? As you can see, I'm still not quite used to the new Gamemaker yet. Okay, let's take a look at the create event. So what I've had to do here is generate two surfaces to blend together. Because otherwise the blend modes start to get even more funky. Strongly recommend using surfaces for this. And you can see I've got a blend mode changer, which only affects this first set. Blend mode changer affects the mode we use. Sorry, apologies. Don't even know my own code, and I just finished writing it. The blend mode is the first set of blend modes that you'll find. And this blend mode array count affects only this. The second one, as you can see here, the extended one, has two blend mode changes, which basically looks at the two sides of the array there. And you can see I've attached the names to each of them so we can see what goes on. So let's look at the step event. The step event is controlled by the number key. So just as a note, if you're on a laptop, change that to whatever your laptop uses. Because I've just programmed, I do have a keyboard. I do appreciate some people program on laptops as well. So that's where you change the function. So this top one will change the mode we use. This will change the blend mode internally here. So you can see here, I just wait to see if it's the right mode. Change these two to whatever values you want on your keyboard, on your laptop, for example. And then the second one is the same principle. Just change these values here, which then will affect, again, the mode that you use it. So all this does is this just does a fancy cycles through each of the functions. So you'll take a look here, blend mode change. So it will just look at, is it greater than 1? If it's not, it will add 1, which will make it 1. If it then exceeds that, it will set itself back to 0. Same with number pad. Again, same principle, same principle. There's nothing fancy here. The next step is the draw function. This is where it gets a little bit more hectic in my opinion. But I have put comments in so you can see what I'm doing here. So you can see here I set the surface target to my blend mode 0, sorry. And again with surfaces, always make sure to clear. It's super important that you do that. And then I just draw a circle with two simple colors. Again, feel free to change these colors to see the different effects. Even apply alphas, stuff like that. The purpose of this is to play with it. You can even put images and sprites in there and see how they affect each other. I draw a second surface, the same thing. I just attach it to the mouse so I can move it around. It's nothing ultra fancy. The next part, which is where it does get a little bit more confusing, as you can see I've got the changer here. If it's set to 0, I blend as a simple blend, or we'll call this normal blending. And then if it changes to a 1, it will change to the advanced blending. So if I scroll over, as we all know, Gamemaker gives me plenty of room to work in. Let's see if I can get it all on the screen. Let me drag it that way, beautiful. So you'll see here, basically I run a blend extension, then I reference my blend array, my extended array, and I reference it twice, and I reference it with the 2 different counts. So the idea of that, it just lets you change between each mode. In the surface function here, so when we blend, we can then move down to our 2 surfaces. This just makes sure the surface exists. If it doesn't, it creates it. So either we'll draw the surface or create the surface, then it will go through the same process. Same with the second surface. And then at the end here, you need to reset your blend. Really important that you have your reset to blend, because the way Gamemaker works from my testing is it will, if you don't have a reset to normal, and I'll show you guys what happens. Let me just quickly stop my explanation. I'll show you. Basically, when we run blends, we just break things badly, because the way Gamemaker reads it is effectively it will keep doing it to all the applied surfacing. So reset your blend mode, otherwise everything will break. Very important. So I encapsulate whatever I'm trying to blend here. So you can see here, basically from there to there is my capture point of my surfaces, which I'm managing. And then under here is very simply just a display of just whatever we're using. So blend mode in use, or BM in use. So that's the simple one. So you can, if you find an effect you like with this, you can actually just import it straight in and use what you want to use. And then this is the advanced one. So this is our source one, and then this is our destination. So if I run it again, so you guys can kind of see. So if I set it to the advanced one, you'll see I've got BM0, so that's my source, and my destination is BM0. Let's change our source to the next one down, which is BM max, which we have nothing. So BM invert source color gives us a kind of cool effect. And if I change my BM to max, BM to subtract, so again, we get a kind of a cool effect there. And as I go through, you can see here, it just affects different layers. So that's the tutorial in its guts. I would strongly recommend going and downloading this from the Google Drive. I'll put the link in there. And again, just a big thank you to everyone that watches this content. I'm massively still blown away. Even having 157 subscribers still blows me away. And I'm very appreciative of the input you guys provide. So with that being said, I'd like to say I'll see you guys later. Stay safe. And if you have any questions, ask, and I'll see what I can do to help answer your questions. Have a great day.